HOT6ix.net. In the bottom left, he's going to have to pull it back together and try to win 3 games against his opponent. He is.
SK Telecom T1 Ray.
In game number 1, making it look all too easy. He is.
So Deer.
And massive Deer support here in the audience.
He's really
for a lot of you guys
fans
at home.
It's good to see. You know, sometimes top players like him don't get the fans that they deserve, but it seems like he's getting them.
That was an epic PvP.
That looked like it was a Zealot versus Stalker.
It was.
Yeah.
You read it right, HOT6ix.
Yeah. Now, this is a really quick gateway from Deer. He is certainly doing some sort of very quick rush. Probably a 3-gate coming up from him. Could be a 4-gate, but why 4-gate when you can 3-gate, right?
Yeah, why not? So, we got the 2 gases now coming down over here for Rain.
And guys, don't forget that if you subscribe during the HOT6ix Cup next year, you get a little discount. Or rather, if you subscribe for the year during the HOT6ix Cup, you get a little discount.
Yeah, guys, we got a lot of great stuff planned for next year, so don't miss out.
Gonna be great.
This is the best stuff on the internets.
Oh, by far.
Easily.
Well.
Please.
Oh, my. All right, so the rush is going to be incoming. The thing is, a lot of Protoss players right now, especially in the current Korean metagame, don't really scout. They scout so
yeah,
late.
they're being pretty greedy lately, using every probe to just get minerals and extra gas.
And Rain is doing so. Like, his probe halfway across the map right now. What he needs to see is the Zealot, and he needs to identify, oh, okay, there's a Zealot out right now, and there, he just passed it. And as long as he saw that and he's thinking about it, he should know, okay, this looks like it's going to be some sort of rush. And as soon as he gets up there, he's going to realize that is the case. Well, wait a minute. Deer is not getting Warp Gate? Okay. All right.
This is sizing up to be a pretty out there PvP.
Wait, am I like out of my mind right now? What? So he went, oh, okay. So... I'm sorry. I'm so thrown off today.
Go ahead, HOT6ix.
Now, what he's done here is, with the really quick gateway, gotten the very fast, just a few units to run down and pressure his opponent. This is like kind of a weird and wonky build. It's a late warp gate. It's not a 3 warp gate rush or anything like that. This is where you just walk in and try to outmicro your opponent because you have slightly more units. But when you right-click on the Nexus, that's not the way to do it. Oh my God!
Mothership Core actually taking some. He actually pinned that Stalker, by the way, back there.
Now this is actually not working out for him at all. This is actually.
No.
Wow.
Well, this is a new record for lost Mothership Cores at high-level PvP.
I'm commentating poorly. Deer is kind of playing a little bit poorly right there.
I'm
that was
a little
definitely
rusty.
some mistakes.
Everything's just bumpy. We had a sound problem at the start. This is not our day today.
Everything was
not
delayed.
our day. Yeah.
I don't even know what to say, guys. I'm sorry. This happens every now and then.
Now we have.
I feel like you ever do that thing where you like download something and it took you a while to download, and then like there's an error during download, like the download shut. This was like years ago, and like the video just doesn't work. It like shuts off in the middle or something. Yeah. I feel like that's what's happened today.
You're not used to casting with me again, HOT6ix.
No.
All right, we're gonna have. Oh. Okay, one force field isolating that one Stalker.
All right, there we go. That's a nice little move. You know, killing one Stalker, though, when you've already lost your Mothership Core, not quite as good as you want it to be. But you know what? They're both getting their Stargates. Thing is, Rain with this expansion, there really needs to be something done by Deer. He has 3 gates and a Stargate. Is he going to run over here and try to put on a lot of pressure? Is he going to try to like kill the Nexus or something, or maybe come into the front, hit the Nexus, draw units down, and fly in with the Oracle to the back?
He could.
The thing is, there's going to be an Oracle headed towards him as well, and Rain didn't lose his Mothership Core.
And
so that means he gets a Nexus cannon. I don't see him breaking it, and in fact, he does throw down the Nexus.
And here comes the robotics facility on the way as well. Both Oracles are out and zipping across the map.
The Rain Oracle is going to be hard to deal with, Faceless, I have to say. There's no Nexus cannon ready for him. How many units does he have at home? A Sentry? Did you know that a Sentry doesn't beat an Oracle?
What?
Yeah, believe it or not.
Okay, here comes that in now. And a lot of probes will be killed off very quickly here. Doing a great job, actually, controlling that Oracle and hunting down the rest of these probes.
Wow,
God, that thing kills workers fast.
Yeah, it's 8 kills already. Oh my God, very one-sided. But hold on, this Oracle getting in here, and there's no defense here either. Warping a couple of Stalkers out that, and there is the Nexus Cannon. But still, 6 kills.
That's focus firing down a few probes.
That was pretty good, but Deer is down by 9 probes with a slower Nexus. So that's kind of an issue.
And it's pretty unforgiving this early on in PvP. Really even being down a few Stalkers after a few engagements is almost enough to say that you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yes, certainly. You know, in the early game, that is the case. Everything is so close, so even in PvP. Oh, the single Phoenix does come in. Scouts that his opponent has a Phoenix as well.
Here we have the hallucinated Phoenix now inside the main of Rain here, and you did see that Observer pop out.
Now Rain going for the Twilight Council. And Twilight Council coming up as well for Deer. So it looks like we're probably going to have Blink coming up from both sides. But, you know, when you go the same tech route as your opponent, but you're behind,
it's not good.
It makes it a lot harder to catch up. This is...
Well, you would have to win off an incredible engagement.
Yeah. Which can happen, I guess.
It's going to be less of a strategic thing and more of you tactically fought them in such a way that you came out on top.
You know, we see that a lot in mirror matches, actually. The one thing that really always comes to my mind is when someone lost like 5 more SCVs early and they both go Marine Tank, the same build order. I'm like, well, you're going to have less Marines. How are you going to, you know?
Yeah.
You're going to hope that he runs into your Siege Tank, I guess. And things like that can happen here as well. But looks like he's going to get a very quick charge here, Rain is. Whereas Deer looks a little bit undecided at the moment. But he is focusing on Immortals, which is quite important.
All right, we have the Gateway Explosion happening now here for Rain. Stalkers are now going to come out. And we have the Temple Archives coming up here. So Zealot, Archon, will be very strong.
Yeah, it's a great composition. Zealot, Immortal, Archon is arguably the best. A lot of Koreans really still like Colossus as well. I'm a little bit partial to this other composition, though, especially I feel like if you're like slightly ahead of your opponent, you're going to have a lot of mobility. It's going to be very hard for them to actually go Colossus and hold on to a third base.
Well, the other thing is that with Colossus, there's a lot of times more room for error. You know, Colossus gets put in a bad spot, you lose it, With a Zealot Archon, I mean, it's just kind of like this wave that just overwhelms them. The Zealots come down like bees.
Yeah, like bees.
Like bees.
Exactly. And, well, I think a big piece of it as well is grabbing that Warp Prism. And if you can warp in Zealots like in the main base, how do they take a third? It's like nearly impossible. He could, right now, like Rain can go ahead and make a third base if that's what he wants to do. Of course, he can just kind of go up for an attack, but he can also make a third and basically keep Deer off a third for a lot longer than he's off his third.
Well, charge is done now, and with the Warp Prism coming up here, he'll probably warp in another little wave of Zealots up here in the front, and then probably another one in the main, as you said, Artosis. We'll see. It depends on if he can get that army out of position.
Deer is actually down kind of significantly in supply right now. He's down over 10 army supply, and that is a big deal.
For a second, I thought he was going to elevator to the main. I was like, really? I didn't expect that. Is he going to drop on the ramp then and try to block it from going up?
It looks like he wants to drop right on those Immortals, and that is a really nice move. Now, he does target down the Warp Prism. Very smart, as well as nice time warps, holding everything still. But the Phoenix does come in for a nice
lift. Too much. The Archon Splash is going to obliterate everything over here. And I think that should do it. Nice pickup there with the Phoenix as well, as that should end up bringing us into game number 3. He's actually making his army run around a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of a dance.
GG, Rain still got this.
All right, we're going to pretend that this series is a best-of-3 Tasteless.
That's right.
Because I'm very sad about the way the early games have gone here.
Yeah.
Both of them, really. When you look at this one, it was kind of a weird build from Deer, going for like, what was it, an 11 gate, I believe, and then I mean, it's okay. We've seen that build before in the past a little bit, but to fly in there and do almost 0 damage and lose your mothership core, ouch.
Man, well, we'll see what he can. We'll see if both these guys actually can bring it together a little bit better this next series. Yeah, a bumpy series so far compared to what we're used to seeing, especially for a round of 4.
Yeah, well, especially when it's like basically the 2 best Protoss in the world.
Right.
I mean, well, you know what?
I don't know what else to say.
PvP, it can be crazy, man. It can be volatile. Weird things can happen.
A lot of stuff can go wrong.
Yeah, one little tiny thing goes wrong. You mess up with your mothership core once. You're like, oh, I guess I lose the game.
Well, we're going to take a quick little break. We come back. We're going to continue this best of 5 and see who's going to be the first player to go on to the finals.